Well, Bitcoin got rejected again. We're going to be talking about that, what it means for the charts. Lots of other great news to be covering today. Of course, we got to talk about the dollar index, the stock markets, man. Also, a lot of altcoin news. Make sure to stick around for the good times. And of course, answering your questions. Second half of the stream, so stick around for the good times. It's going to be fun. Let's get it. So, welcome everybody to the party. Nice to see everyone. Lark, what makes you think we're humans? I know. Guys, let's get into it. So, the S&P 500. Of course, we did not correlate as the S&P 500 had this massive rally up. I mean, to an extent, Bitcoin went up, right? But we already started showing signs of weakness before the S&P 500 did. The S&P 500 had a tiny negative day today. Bitcoin down a bit. Mt. Gox Bitcoin on the move again, getting people a little bit excited here, of course. All that kind of stuff happening in the markets. Very interesting to see how the next few days are going to play out for the equity markets. Can we continue to rally? We just had an epic rally, a slight correction, even down to retest. You know, some of the key levels would be not that crazy, to be honest. Anyway, as Dan here points out, we are correlated on the downside, but not the upside. That's right. Anytime stocks look even a little bit fragile or jittery, crypto dumps. Stocks rally and raging higher. Sorry. No pump for you, Bitcoin. No pump for you. Of course, why would anybody buy Bitcoin when you can go and ape into Tron memes? We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Tron memes, man. This is a very interesting chart, though. I really like this one. Sistine Research here saying final phase of the bull market begins when the DXY loses support. We're close. Look at this. You can go back, look at 17. Right, look at that final mega rally in the market. Happened mid-17 when the dollar index lost key support, rallied down, came back up, of course, for a final test before going much lower. Very, very interesting to see here. Similarly, in 2020, 2021, dollar index loses support. Crypto goes on a big rally, but not for a long, long time. Right? That's not multi-year rally kind of stuff. That's the final phase of the market where you see 6 months, 8 months maybe of up only before things go down. Right now, we're at a very, very curious level, as you can see right here, testing key support. Now, testing support does not mean losing support. If we lose that key support, if you see the DXY, the dollar index, dropping under 100, that could really put some wind in the sails for a final leg in the market. Q4, Q1 top. Maybe it's the first top, maybe it's the final top. That'll be determined later, but that's an interesting theory. We keep hearing a lot more and more put out there, right? Now, do we get a 21 style situation where we get an early top in, let's say, March, for example? Maybe even earlier, December, January, I don't know. We'll keep an eye out for signals, but you get an earlier top in the cycle, and then some giant correction in 25, maybe a final hurrah rally late 2025, completing what is essentially another 4-year cycle with stupid volatility. Crypto, man. Elon Musk, check this out. Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, says I'm willing to serve in response to Trump, I guess. But anyway, it's very interesting, man. Is Elon going to start pumping Doge again? Will anybody even care this time? So many memes out there, of course, to ape into these days. Old Dogecoin, just the OG meme at this point. Price of Bitcoin today, we did get a strong rejection, the title of today's video. I mean, my goodness gracious, look at that. Almost perfection there. Came up, boom, slammed into the 50-day EMA. Very key short-term moving average for the markets. When we can reclaim that, we can say, hey, short-term momentum is coming back in. Basically, this is also a rejection at the bull market support band on the underside of it. We've been struggling there for the last few days ever since we moved back up. So this now is the second rejection directly on the 50-day EMA. You can count these as maybe trying to rally up to that point. So it's the line in the sand to beat right now. As I was saying very extensively, I think in yesterday's stream, so we're not going to totally reiterate all of that, but right now, Bitcoin at a very, very critical level. Hanging on to the 200-day EMA, blue line. We need to retake 50-day EMA, yellow line, 100-day EMA, red line, and pass over the bull market support band. Basically, you want to see the price get up to about $65,000 in the next days to weeks to say, okay, this rally could have legs. This could be the rally that gets us up to $72,000 and breaks us out towards new highs. But until we break 72K, all bets are off until then. Still have MACD bull cross in effect, still hanging out the 200-day EMA. Looks promising currently. Massive asterisk caveat that we still need to reclaim this gigantic area of price resistance right above our heads here. So much confluence right in that area. Of course, $62,000 also being a key area of price resistance as well. So just sticky area right now for Bitcoin. No wonder we're getting so many rejections there. If we can cross over it, could be pretty good. Okay. So Rager here pointing out, said, hope everyone's doing well. For me, it's just been sit and wait for Bitcoin in the market. Has been in a clear downtrend since March, April, which is true. We've been talking about that. We've just basically been downtrending for months and months on end now. A strong break over $65,000. Again, that starts to get interesting. See, it actually hits the top downtrend line here as well. If you start looking around $65,000, becomes a very interesting place for the price of Bitcoin here. So draw that all the way down here. If you want to take out the candle tops, you can see this is where we need to start cracking over. I like to draw it from the top of the wicks there. So, pretty sloppy that one, but you get the idea. This is where we need to start thinking about, okay, we need to get over these major levels here. So we have some work to do here, guys. We have some work to do. We're not there yet. CryptoCon sharing a chart here. I'll take myself off the screen so you can see all the little details of it. That's not off the screen. That's off the screen. There we go. Okay. Puell multiple support resistance. Leaving Bitcoin is now leaving before everything gets exciting. Same resistance and same support on the Puell multiple cycle after cycle. You're in the last valley before the highest mountain, the calm before the storm. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. What's curious, again, is you look back and see how things have played out previously, right? If you look at previous patterns here and realize, again, how short the big up season actually ends up being for the cryptocurrency markets. 2021, really, we had our market cycle top in April. I know we got 69K later that year, but that was almost a bit of a fluke due to El Salvador and the hype around that. 2017, you had basically a year of up only with, of course, big volatility. But that was basically just 12 months of rocking and rolling, right? So anyway, interesting food for thought there. Let's do a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is LimeWire. So guys, if you are not familiar with LimeWire, they are back. This is an old school file sharing brand from early 2000s. Shout out to all the millennials who remember using that back in the day. Anyway, they made a comeback in Web3. The new LimeWire is now leading AI studio for creators, and the company's also launched its own token called LMWR, which is already among the top AI coins. LimeWire has already gathered over 1.5 million users. The LimeWire AI studio lets anyone come over here. Check it out. Super easy interface. Start a new chat. You can create images, music, video content by just providing access to yourself there. Again, those highly curated AI models. The native token is the native currency for AI content creators to pay for their creations and to earn royalties and rewards. The LimeWire tokens already listed on more than 10 leading exchanges. Could be something interesting to watch out for the cycle as well. Now, if you want to try out the product, that's what the sponsorship's about today. Try out the product. If you want to check it out, start using their AI tools. Web3 AI tools, pretty cool, right? You'll find a link down below in the description where you can come to this page, check out what they're doing, and see for yourself what some of this stuff looks like. Let's make a Bitcoin bear smoking a cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. Don't smoke. Let's see what they go. Oh, I didn't do the image, did I? I gotta go back. I gotta go back and click on image. Bitcoin bear smoking a cigarette. Let's see what they come up with. I made one earlier of me and Michael Saylor riding on a rocket. Here's the Bitcoin bear smoking a cigarette. What we got here? Not bad, actually. Not bad. Anyway, link in the description, guys. You want to come try out their AI tools, go and check it out. You'll also find information about their tokenomics and all that stuff there as well if you want to learn more about that. So let's continue. Let's continue. I know, guys. We shouldn't be talking about politics, triggers everybody, but this is crazy. You can't ignore this insanity. So Trump has taken a lead in the polls again by a slight margin. And I know that politics is triggering for a lot of people, but if we just boil it down to pure crypto stuff, right? Trump has definitely put forward a lot of pro-crypto policies. Whether he delivers or not, it's a different question. Kamala, not so much, right? Has just been doing a little bit of lip service, but then not really looking like she's going to deliver very much. And then this stuff comes out. I mean, my goodness, you want to send the U.S. economy to the dark ages. What? This is crazy. She backs a 44.6% capital gains tax proposal. That's insanity. Now, I know that speaks to a certain demographic who says, yeah, take the money away from all those investors and give it back to all the poor people. I get it. It's populist rhetoric, right? But also a 25% tax on unrealized gains just for high net worth individuals. Don't worry. It only starts for the rich and then it boils down to everybody else. And how rich is rich? How rich is rich, right? Is it going to be $1 million plus net worth? Is it going to include your family home? The insanity of such a policy. Imagine this. So imagine you bought $100,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? Okay. It goes up to being worth $200,000, but you want to hodl. And this stupid tax comes on. So now you have to pay $25,000 in taxes. Haven't sold anything, obviously. And then what if the price goes back down? Well, you had to find $25,000 of cash somewhere or sell the Bitcoin, one or the other. When you sell the Bitcoin, of course, then you get hit with a capital gains tax. Look, who knows if any of this stuff even could pass through the House or the Senate. Okay, obviously all this stuff has to be legislated. It's a bunch of rhetoric for the campaign trail. I get it. Okay, but that's crazy stuff. Let's talk crypto coins. Okay, let's talk crypto coins. Silly taxes and silly politicians. Solana just eclipsed all layer 1 blockchains in 24-hour decentralized trading volume. It's still only 20% the value of Ethereum. That is interesting, isn't it? $5.6 billion trading volume in the last 24 hours on chain for Solana. Ethereum just under $1 billion. Well, by 100 million. BNB 480, Avalanche 65. Pretty crazy. I do not curiously see where's base. No base not on here. That was curiously left out, wasn't it? Anyway, I know a lot of these images get shared around and they usually are made in such a way that makes it look super, super awesome for Solana. The fact, of course, this is just layer 1s, right? No layer 2s. But I'm sure if you were to expand it out and look at Base and Arbitrum and Linea, which together, the three of those make up for 80% plus of daily active users on Ethereum layer 2, you would see some pretty big numbers there as well. But yeah, layer 1s, I mean, my goodness gracious. Solana absolutely is big time in the lead. Hey, shout out to my AVAX bags in 4th place. Not bad. Telegram Open Network doing not too bad either. What's insane, though, absolutely insane. Guys, I know. I told myself we're not gonna bash on Cardano today. No, anyway, but $1.3 million on Cardano. Craziness. Now, look, I'm not sure if all this data is properly collected and they're counting all of everything on here, right? Like near protocol, $86,000. How's it even possible? How's that even possible? That's insanity. I don't even understand. That's got to be missing something, right? Maybe there's some apps that are having internal exchange. I have no idea, but that's wild. That's wild. ICP 925. But Cardano, I mean, my goodness gracious, Cardano, come on. Wild. Big news in the Solana ecosystem, that's Drift Protocol. They're rolling out their prediction markets. Now, prediction markets on Polygon, Polymarket, has become a massive consumer app. Pretty cool, right? Very, very cool stuff. So now we're seeing competitors pop up. This one on Solana. So Drift, I did a little bit of farming of the airdrop. I got I think it was like $100 or $150 or something, not very much. But perhaps it's time to pay attention to Drift and what Drift is doing again, because these prediction markets, as Polymarket has proven, very popular. So that's interesting. Base hits 4 million active addresses amid on-chain summer campaign. Great. That's huge numbers. Huge numbers. Base is absolutely killing it. And I know the prices aren't always reflected in the top Base coins, but it's killing it, man. Base is absolutely killing it recently. KPIs on Base, active addresses, transactions, volume, stables, all up 100% plus despite the market slowdown. Most of it's meme related, but still telling that Base is where people have flocked. The Coinbase funnel is going to be a massive advantage when the stampede returns. I totally agree. Speaking of Base and Base memes, Brett got listed on Binance. Big pump for it. Nice to see, of course. Great to have more liquidity. Those pumps from Binance listings tend to be a bit short-lived, but still pretty gosh darn cool to see, if you ask me. Now we have, of course, my other bags. I own Brett, by the way. If you want to see my full portfolio disclosures, current holdings, venture investments, all that kind of stuff, linked down below. You also find a risk statement, because investing in crypto is risky. Investing in memes is wildly risky. You can lose all your money, as you've probably found out. Take it seriously. Read the risk statement. Okay, so very interesting here. How much users are coming at Base, right? And so I've got Brett, I've got Miggles, I've got Benji, the cat and the dog of Base. In my opinion, those are the good cat and dog of Base ones to have. We'll see very small market cap memes right now, either going to zero or going to the moon when Base season really kicks off. Brett, of course, has sucked a lot of the air out of the room when it comes to mind share of memes and market cap of memes on Base, but something's got to catch up to it at some point. You see Solana and Ethereum, they have multiple billion-dollar plus memes and multiple memes with multi-$100 million market caps, and Base's meme ecosystem feels a bit underrepresented in that regard. So opportunity there if you ask me. Tron ecosystem, Hashkey and Katazen joining forces for expansion in that ecosystem. Significant step for Web3 and GameFi development. It's pretty interesting to see how much those Telegram mini games have really popped off. It's stuff like Telegram bots and whatnot. But look, it's early days for the Telegram ecosystem, but probably a lot of opportunity in there as we see more and more stuff continuing to take off on that. I don't have any Telegram ecosystem investments yet, but you know, I could be open to investing in something in the future. But of course, the real story this week, what everybody wants to know about, Sundog. Thing went crazy. It's up, I don't know, 300% in the last 48 hours or something like that. 7,000% since it got listed. Justin Sun directly backing this one. Tron outperforming basically everything right now. Huge sentiment, mind share, Twitter mentions, all that stuff. Everybody is going crazy right now about Tron. Everybody's rushing over to Tron. Time to get money on Tron. Time to get a Tron wallet. Time to go ape Tron memes. I am not playing that game right now. Maybe I'll miss out. Probably. A lot of people are going to make a lot of money. The people who really are dialed in on the meme game are going to probably do pretty well over there. Justin Sun also saying, today I talked to several major meme community leaders about the Memecoin ecosystem on Tron. They said they plan to bring millions of users to the Tron community and can't wait to join the Tron ecosystem as soon as possible. Crazy. You know, if you liked memes on Solana, memes on Tron are probably going to be a big trend as well, as long as Justin Sun can keep the fire going. You know, love or hate Justin Sun, the dude has 100% had a massive impact on the crypto space. From Tron, which is a top 10 crypto right now, knocking Cardano out the other day, to owning BitTorrent and HTX Exchange and Poloniex Exchange and, being one of the biggest whales in crypto. Dude's probably got hundreds of thousands of Ethereum. It's pretty crazy. Wild sums of money. He's one of the biggest whales in crypto. And so when he comes into the meme coin game and says, we're going to pump meme coins like crazy, I would tend to believe him. He says, remember, no MEV, no front running, no smart wallets for memes on Tron, only passionate vibes, fair rules, fun of memes. Enjoy the world's most fair meme launch platform, which is Sun Pump Meme. To the sun. Now, look. I know there's going to be a lot of money made over there, 100%. There's also going to be a lot of money lost over there, as is always the case with new meme coin gold rushes, okay? It is. It's true. It's true. You guys know it's true. If you're going to go and play that game, all right, try to play safe, guys. Don't bet the house on freaking meme coins on Tron, okay? Who knows how long this all lasts, how much fuel there is in the tank for a Tron meme coin season? Don't know. We shall see. I know as well that Tron has got a lot of flack over the years, but love it or hate it, Tron has been a pretty operational blockchain for a long time, and it's been pretty popular, especially outside of the West, I think. In the sort of global South, whether we talk about Latin America, or we talk about Africa, or we talk about East Asia and stuff like this, we've seen huge adoption for Tron, particularly for stablecoin transfers, because it's a fraction of a penny to send stablecoins, and it's almost instantaneous. Similar to a Solana experience, right? With their meme stuff going, well, could be a whole new bunch of fun. Now, I don't know if I'm getting in this game, guys. I don't know. I have no idea. Look, I just, another narrative, another thing to chase. Can my bags just pump without having to chase a new narrative? Yeah. Anyway, just a reminder, play safe if you decide to go and play that game. I know everyone's been talking about it this week. We're talking about it because it's the trend of this week. It's what everyone's getting excited about. And there probably is opportunity there, but there's also danger there. So be careful. Okay, there you go. And of course, this is what everyone's chasing. The meme coin dream. The meme coin dream, man. Arkham shared this. Somebody invested $1,700 into Sundog, and they turned that into $20 million in 6 days. What is going on, man? What is going on? I question all my life decisions immediately. Gosh darn it. What is this? That is insane. Now, is that an insider? Probably. Is that just some lucky random dude who's in the right place at the right time? I hope so. I do. I hope so. I hope that was the case. And that's not just insiders. Again, for the millionth time this year in meme coins. If it was some just lucky Joe Blow who just won the lottery, essentially, then, dude, well done. Well done. I love it. I love to see it if that's the case. This is the dream of everybody getting into meme coins, right? And Shiba Inu really ignited that passion last cycle where we had people who literally invested a few $1,000s and turned into like centimillionaires, or like even in some cases billionaires. Not that they could cash it out, but still, it's insane, right? Sometimes you get in so early you can't even sell because you destroy everything. Anyway, this is crazy. And I know everybody that's going to go play the meme game on Tron, that's what you think is going to happen to you. You're going to be this guy. You're going to be the guy that finds the next Sundog early. There's probably already 10,000 memes on Tron. I can only imagine. Most of them, just like on Solana, 99.99% of them are going to be rug pull scams that exit within a few hours. Everybody wants to be the exception when the hard truth is that most of us will end up being the rule, especially when it comes to this, because the odds are so heavily stacked against you when it comes to these kind of meme coins. Okay. That being said, if you would like a narrative that's not so highly speculative, DeFi, Kato AI here saying, is DeFi back? Well, let's see. What's interesting about DeFi too is that with DeFi, like we're talking about real protocols. So the biggest protocols in the industry, whether we're talking about like Aave or MakerDAO or whatever other kind of stuff, Trader Joe, Jupiter, Aerodrome, these things like real revenue, massive cash flows back to token holders. Will that at some point entice people to stop gambling? I have no idea. People love gambling. Anyway, Kaido says DeFi back after being pushed aside by the narratives. There's signs of a DeFi resurgence going on. Let's take a look. First up, mind share for DeFi in general has been on a 3-month uptrend, close to doubling from 7 to 14% from the start of this year. That's interesting. More and more people talking about it, right? Out of all the DeFi projects, the two with the biggest mind share in the last 30 days, Aave and Drift. We just talked about Drift with their prediction market. That could be really, really popular. I don't know. I haven't looked into Drift enough. I think we're going to do a report on it probably next week. I think we're doing this week. So this week in the Wealth Mastery newsletter, we're doing a sun dog report. I know, but it's popular. Let's dig into it. Let's see if there's actually something there. So we're doing a sun dog report this week in the Wealth Mastery newsletter report, and we're going to do probably Drift next week maybe, or Aave next week, and then the other one the week after. So we got all those altcoin reports coming in the next few weeks for you guys to let you know the straight dope, what's going on. Are these tokens, well, is there something there, right? Is value going to flow back to Drift holders from this prediction market? What kind of cash flows can Aave holders look at? Stuff like that, right? Anyway, Aave has been the outperformer in terms of price. Link down below if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet, by the way. Aave has been the outperformer in terms of price, mindshare, and sentiment too, closing in on its March high and sentiment higher than any time in the last 12 months. Another way to look at DeFi's recovery is the segment's mindshare in comparison to others. To put it into perspective, despite meme coins seeming like the topic recently, DeFi has close to the same mindshare with only falling behind AI right now. So in the last 3 days, you've seen AI 21.7%, not reflected in AI coin prices, obviously. Memes 13.07%, DeFi 12.18%. So it's pretty interesting with that kind of increasing amount of attention coming onto DeFi, and big money backs up DeFi, right? Is there something there? Will we see a slow rotation from this insane speculation of meme coins over to something more sustainable? Is the Tron meme coin pump, is that like the top signal locally for meme coins for a few months? Who knows? Just thoughts, right? Just thoughts. This was an interesting one from Pal. I'm not going to play a video for you guys, just to kind of riff on what he's saying here. But he's talking about saying to avoid older coins like XRP and ADA, that these projects may have lost their innovative edge, that their narratives are no longer compelling in the context of newer developments in the blockchain space, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. He says, I just feel like you're being done a disservice because you're in a cult. Now, two very different things there, right? First is XRP. And as I've said many times before, few things, right? One, hats off to the Ripple team for fighting the good fight against the SEC and winning. So that's great. The other thing is that I feel like XRP's use case is definitely not what it was back in 2017 when I first bought XRP, right? And I haven't owned it in years, but just think about that, you know, super cheap transactions and stuff like that. People have chosen Tron and stablecoins. People have chosen Solana and stablecoins. People aren't sending XRP to each other around the world. You don't have people in Argentina buying XRP and sending it back and forth. And I know it was designed for central banks and big banking institutions and all that kind of stuff. I know. But I don't think it's pretty hard to argue that the use case for XRP these days is not what it once was. And you guys should have gotten a new all-time high last cycle, and you didn't because of the SEC. And I've made a video saying, guys, XRP, you know, watch out. This SEC stuff's going to absolutely mute the price action. And it did. And I got immense hate on that video, but it ended up being right. And it's unfortunate. Not that I wanted XRP holders not to get a new high for their coin. Of course they should have. Why not? Especially back in 2020. I think XRP still had a really strong narrative. 2024, that narrative is not as strong as it once was. And that's not throwing shade on XRP. That's just what I see, right? With all this competition right now that didn't used to exist for XRP back in the day. And in terms of Cardano, well, we just said under $2 million of daily DEX volume. That's insanity. Total value locks like number 40 on DeFi Llama. It's wild. Daily active users way below a lot of chains that have even smaller market caps than Cardano. To an extent, it feels mispriced at its current levels. And again, that's not me throwing shade. Just look at the on-chain data and ask yourself if you're a Cardano holder. And I love Cardano. I made a lot of money on it back in the day, man. A lot of money. It's like a 50x. It's great. Great. Love Cardano. Right? Charles, you need to grow the beard back, man. You need to grow the beard back. The more people are going to trade on decentralized exchanges on Cardano. That's what's going to happen. Okay. Real quick, guys. If you're a cryptocurrency trader, go check out Bybit. Link down below in the description. Not applicable for US and UK people, unfortunately. Everybody else, if you want to go and check it out, you'll get a $500 USDT free trade. That's going to be in Bitcoin or Ethereum, Pepe, a few other top coins that you can get that free trade in. You'll also get a few spins for the raffle, giving away funded trading accounts, F1 tickets, all kinds of cool stuff. Deposit $100 or more, and you'll be eligible for all of that stuff. Link down below in the description. Thank you very much. Now, holy cow, 30 minutes. Gosh darn it, I've been rambling, haven't I? Try to keep these shorter, guys. It doesn't work sometimes. Just get going. Okay, anyway, let's talk crypto. What do you guys want to talk about? Let me see here. I'm feeling Camino lately. Hopefully it goes to $2 billion market cap. I feel like Camino had their airdrop. People were pretty disappointed in it. Stopped paying as much attention to it. But, maybe it's time to look at Camino again. Joe says, I like Solana and Jupiter. I dig it. Smoking chicken fish, man. It's down bad. We're down bad. But the broth is still warm. Where do you see ETH topping out in 2025? My long-term thought for Ethereum, the cycle, has been that top price is going to be like maybe $15,000, something like that. I think $10,000 would be pretty good, to be honest. Hopefully start seeing those ETF flows actually coming in at some point. ETF flows for Ethereum have been pretty anemic so far. Part of that is due to the SEC kind of screwing everybody over by approving them and then waiting like 6 weeks to actually allow them to be listed. Just the SEC being spiteful bastards because they can be. It's bullshit, but it is what it is. Gary the Protector, right? Anyway, I think $15,000 could be a cycle peak top. $10,000 would be pretty great. I might take off, I don't know, a quarter to half of my ETH though at like 5K once we start grinding up at some point, just to de-risk that position a little bit and then save the rest of the bag for 10K or something like that. And then, oh no, if I missed selling it at 15K, I missed out on 50% of gains. Well, but I've been in since most of my ETH is probably from $250, $200 price range, something like that. So I'll be okay. Lark, Foxy still on your radar? It is. Now, I had to sell down my Foxy position in order to de-risk my loans a few weeks ago. That was fun. Anyway, but I still have, I'm a private round investor, angel investor in Foxy. So again, find all those disclosures in the portfolio disclosure section. So I've still got the majority of that to be released over like the next year or so. So I think we're going to see how that plays out before rushing to sell any of it. So I think it still has a great potential narrative as being the biggest meme on Linea. Remember, Linea right now has 10% of daily active users for layer 2s. I know Base is way ahead at 50% of daily active users. Arbitrum still has 20%, but Linea is a number 3 spot. Okay, and if the airdrop brings in a lot of money for people, maybe we can see some people stick around, see some good dApps deploy over there. Could be some potential. Frankie V, any wise words for people trading around who should probably just sit in spot? Well, it's kind of in of itself, isn't it? Look, trading, if you're going to trade, I know it's fun to watch everybody, share all their wins and stuff on social media, but almost never do you see people share their losses. There's a lesson there. If you are going to be trading, there's a lot of great trading opportunities in this market, 100%. but try to separate it out for yourself, right? See, I've got my long-term spot bags, right? And whenever I do trading, just a small amount of whatever cash or whatever, I would never be 100% in trading in and out all the time, right? I know I do basically big swings on my entire portfolio, but in terms of shorter term trade opportunities, it's usually just smaller percentages. I might be risking a couple percentage points in my portfolio at any given time. So if you are going to trade, keep the risk low. That's largely done by position sizing, right? You'll sleep better at night. And look, if you can successfully compound 2% worth of your portfolio into successful trades on a regular basis, that grows up pretty quickly while keeping your stress pretty low while keeping those long-term spot bags, right? You don't have to be actively trading, but if you are going to do it, manage your risk. Lark, do you know why my Brett's only worth 0.001? I think I answered this earlier on the YouTube comment section. I'm not sure if you saw that, William, but anyway, I don't know what the deal is specifically. My guess, and I hate to be the one to tell you this, but my guess is that you might have bought a fake Brett token. Okay, so one way that you can check that, let's see if we can find it real quick. I'll show you how to do this. Let's just bring it up. 1 second. Brett. Okay, let me share my screen with you guys here real quick. Here we go. Okay, so have a look here. So this is coinmarketcap.com based Brett. You can see this is the legitimate one, okay? $874 million market cap or whatever, right? So you can see here the contract address. This one right here, right? So you need to go and look at the Brett in your wallet and see if it matches that contract address, because you can see up here, look at this. Look how many Bretts there are. Look at this. Just look at this. Look at this. Brett. So chances are you might have bought one of the fake ones, unfortunately, which really, really sucks. And I'm sorry if that's happened to you, right? But I guess it's a tough learning lesson. And I hope that you haven't risked too much on that if that is what's happened. Again, I don't know. I haven't looked into that. I need to see your wallet and all this stuff in order to be able to diagnose that situation. But yeah, this is the real one. You can see here. I hope that that's the one that you've got and that you didn't end up getting a fake one. But yeah, you got to be careful out there, guys. Always verify those contract addresses, right? Go to CoinMarketCap, go to CoinGecko. They always list the official contract addresses. So don't just go to, Uniswap on Base and just type in Brett, because you might get a fake Brett as the top result or one of the top results. So you have to be careful, man. I hope that's not what's happened to you. And there's just some kind of, I don't know, issue displaying on your wallet or whatever, but chances are you might have got yourself a fake Brett. And I hope that's not the case. Okay, let's catch up on the chat here. Yes, 1260. I've not made a trade in over 4 years. I've only purchased. Buy and hold, man. Buy and hold. Lark, did you sell your dot? I've not sold my dot. Holding on to my dot right now. Brett looks like a great meme play along with Turbo. I don't know what Turbo is, but I've got a bag of Brett, so I'm on board with that. What are your thoughts on DGen? Honestly, I haven't paid much attention to it. I have no idea what it's doing at this point. No idea. So no opinion. Sorry. Mr. Miggles, what up? My Miggles bags. I know. You guys know I'm not the biggest cat fan, but I feel like having a cat and a dog on base could be some good, higher risk plays there. Lark, CoinDesk debunked the Gensler article rumor. So that was that Gensler was going to be the Treasury Secretary. I'm not surprised. Rumors, again, we were talking yesterday. It's probably just a rumor, but, if that were to happen, holy crap. Lark, how do you see crypto.com with its huge advertising and sports venues? Could this be good for CRO? I mean, maybe. In terms of their advertising, it's just advertising spend, right? Could it be good for CRO? I mean, I guess if truckloads of people go out and buy wallets and stake tokens and stuff like that, but I'm not sure there's such a direct correlation between them spending a bunch of money on sports venues to the CRO token. Remember, they're spending money on sports venues not to get people to go buy the CRO token. They're doing that so people go download the app, put money on the app, give them trading fees, buy coins, et cetera, right? I've heard a lot about the Telegram Open Network, but I'm still on the fence. I haven't even started it. I know Jesse was saying, dude, you got to go to the wallet, claim this free airdrop. I never even got around to it, man. So many damn wallets, so many damn coins. It's getting pretty crazy, to be honest. I'm a fan of Drift because of what Hayes did to GMX. If he can make it half of what GMX, then 50,000 coins can make anybody happy. I dig it. I dig it. Yeah, maybe we're like I said, we're gonna do a report on that. And when Jesse gets the report in, I'm definitely gonna have a look at that. And I do like DeFi coins. I know DeFi coins have not been so popular recently, but I look at some of my DeFi coins, man, they just make money. Like my Trader Joe bags, dude, just make money. Make money. It's crazy. So in my short list of things to buy, it's like Maker, maybe Aave. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really sure when to add a new position, especially like $1 billion plus market cap coin, but something like a smaller perpetual exchange, especially with them now launching their prediction market, if that can take off and if that can create value for the Drift token, could be something there. Don't have a position yet, but I could consider doing it. Okay. Hey, Lark, what are some of the coins you think people will make enough money to retire from in this cycle? Wow, there's probably a lot of them, right? To an extent, some of the dinosaur coins, I mean, if you're holding some of these, you have to accept that some of them are not going to get back to previous highs. You just hope to get out at a good enough price, right? So remove the previous cycle highs from your brain because it may not happen, especially if they're not performing well right now. Again, if they're not getting good exchange volumes, they're not getting a lot of apps building on them, they're not getting good daily user values, they have low total value locked, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You have to ask, what is going to be the catalyst that's going to see this thing hit a new all-time high beyond just rampant speculation? And there will be rampant speculation, but will be enough rampant speculation for your coin without the hype and narrative? Think about that. Anyway, look, there's going to be so many coins, and look, we can rattle off a whole bunch of names, right? But I think there's a lot of new shiny coins that are going to do really, really well. Obviously, memes will continue to do well, but again, at some point, we're going to see all kinds of narratives pick up again. We're going to see AI take off again. We're going to see DePIN take off. We're going to see real world assets, and there'll be all kinds of movers and shakers in the space. When the markets really start pumping, when Bitcoin gets beyond $72,000, we're going to see a massive move for altcoins shortly thereafter. So some will make more than others. Let's put it that way. A lot of you guys know, some of these coins are dead anyway, right? But if you position yourself into coins that people actually talk about, probably a pretty simple way to think about it, then you're probably going to do okay. So what's enough to retire? Hard to say, man. You know, if you can get, let's put it this way. If you have $1 million, you put $1 million into AVAX today and AVAX runs up to $200, you can cash it out for 10 million. Is that enough to retire? Might be, right? So I don't know. What's enough to retire for you? Put 100K into something that runs up to $1 million. Is that enough to retire? Probably not in most places, especially if you don't look like you're in your 70s or 80s from your profile picture. So you're probably going to need more than that. If you want to retire in your 30s or 40s, you're going to need multiple millions to be able to live off of, having that wisely invested across low risk stuff that's going to return regular annual dividends to you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? It's a long time. If you're planning on living for another 40, 50 years, Lark, you don't have to worry about Kendo anymore. It died today. Oh, no. Oh, no. I hope not. Let's just have... Now you actually got me curious. Now we have to go have a look. Hold on. Kendo down 26% today. I mean, I have no idea what's going on there. I really don't. I know all the Can Do guys have been up in the chat the last few weeks, but have absolutely no idea about this thing except it's got some dog picture on it. But look, just to throw them a bone here, something being down 26% in a day, especially for meme coins, not actually that crazy. I know meme coins are nuts and super volatile and super risky, so I have no idea. Maybe it's just a whale taking profits or something. I'm not going to say Can Do's dead, but anyway, he made me look. He made me look. All right. Lark, best late night show out there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're going to try to make them better all the time. Okay, guys, one or two more here, and then we will finish up for today. Dude, how did you fund Cinnabon? You know, I used to work before the 2014 Winter Olympics. Fun Cinnabon story, by the way, just randomly. 2014 Winter Olympics. And I had decided, hey, you know what? Because I was in Ukraine at the time, and my visa was running out. So I was like, what am I going to do? Well, let's go get a job in Russia. That'll be fun. And so I went to Sochi in Russia and was doing like basically a lot of freelancing and stuff like that. Just teaching like restaurant staff and restaurant managers and stuff like that, English, and just hooning around, having a good time, screwing around, enjoying Russia, right? It's fun. Pretty interesting place in Russia. It's very different from the rest of Russia. It's quite a mild climate. Like even in February, it was like 20 degrees Celsius for the for everybody else in the world that doesn't use wild Fahrenheit, like the crazy Americans. But you guys do using Fahrenheit, man. Nobody uses that shit. Come on. Anyway, but I used to go to Cinnabon all the time. It was one of my favorite things to do. Just go downtown, sit in the Cinnabon, have a cinnamon bun, which were always just way too sugary, way too much sugar on those things, and a nice long black coffee. It was great. And just walk around, you know, seeing the sights, you know, checking out girls and stuff as you do, right? I mean, as you do. Anyways, good time. Lark, have you sold the cock and you? Nope, the cock and you still sitting in our. It was only ever part of our sort of experiment portfolio, so we still have, I don't know, $1,000 of cock and you or whatever sitting there. It's just chilling, man. I'm still holding DOT, feeling stupid given that Sol's continuing to bounce. Man, I know how you feel. I was looking at my DOT bags the other day, and look, there's been so much happening on Polkadot. It's kind of frustrating to see it hasn't got sort of any that kind of excitement and narrative built around it. But I looked at my price the other day. It's like, gosh darn it, this is like back to the price that I bought it for in 2020. It's crazy. Round trip the whole thing, right? But I think there's still got potential. This cycle is still a top coin, but yeah, they definitely need to step up in terms of getting that hype and stuff and all that. Anyway, we shall see. I know, man. Solana has just been the coin of the cycle, isn't it? It's been crazy. Lark, what do you plan if Kamala wins? You think there'll be an immediate massive sell-off? I don't think markets are going to love Kamala winning, to be honest. Not to say it's going to be like immediate bear market or anything like that. Probably be a lot of volatility in general around the elections. If she wins, I don't know, maybe you still get an approximate situation where markets have a final rally before she gets in office or something like that. I don't know. We'll think about that when it happens. But I wouldn't think it goes like, okay, immediate markets wrecked, but you'll definitely see some volatility. And I think that the big money people in the markets are not going to love that necessarily, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay, guys, we'll do one or two more here, and then we'll finish up. I tried to look at my DOT bags, but the enormous size of my Solana bags made it impossible. I know Solana has been the one, man. Long black coffee, man. Long black. That's the way, man. That's the way. Bitcoin's owned by dead people. What is that? What is that? Lark, you used to travel a lot more than I have recently. We're going to get back on the road soon. We're going to do a lot more traveling as a family, so it's going to be pretty exciting. What about top Avalanche TVL ecosystem, Benchy? So Avalanche DeFi, if you think that Avalanche is going to have a renaissance, and it has remained being one of the top coins, right? You look at total value locked, total users, stuff being built on it. Avalanche, even though it's not getting the same level of hype as Solana or Tron right now, Avalanche has held up really, really strong, and I think is a top chain contender, which is why I've got nice big Avalanche bags, and I'm thinking about potentially even doubling those bags in the coming months. So that being said, I'm only in Trader Joe right now in terms of Avalanche DeFi, but Chi is an interesting one for sure. So if we see an Avalanche season or hype train take off, I think it's a great beta play for that potential, not financial advice. Guys, we're gonna finish up there for today. We're up to 50 minutes again already. Gosh darn it. One day I'm gonna get these things down to like 35 minutes, maybe. Gotta get the news section shorter. Less news, more talking to you guys. Okay, anyway, thanks for joining today's stream. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.